is Pia. I'm an astrologer and manifestation coach. Welcome to this new video. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the full moon in Libra, or let's say I'm going to do a reading for the full moon in Libra, but this reading is timeless. So if you are coming across this video at a different time, don't worry, it's still valid. But as always, use your discernment. This message might not be for you. Really trust your intuition, feel into it. If it's resonating, then take it. If not, leave it. So yeah, I would start. I would say let's get into the video immediately. The full moon is, by the way, happening on 23 degrees of Libra. So check out your chart. I'm going to link the video that I did on how to understand the full moon and its effect on your chart. I'm going to link it there so you can check out your personal full moon placement. But wherever this full moon falls into your chart, this is the area of your life that is most activated with this full moon. So I'm going to do a reading, as I said, and I'm going to kind of go into different options on what this could be for you personally. But as I said, this is for a collective, so definitely check out where this full moon is happening in your chart. All right, so let's dive into it. So I pulled this spread that I'm now explaining to you. I pulled it yesterday, and what immediately I felt called to was looking at all the water that is happening. And Libra, as you know, is an air sign, but this full moon especially, there's a lot of trines to the North Node in Pisces, which is water. And then we also have a square to Mars in Cancer, which is also water. So it makes sense that this full moon actually brings a lot of emotional breakthroughs. I feel like it brings a lot of emotional clarity. And what I mean by that, there's some sort of decision. And I feel like because this full moon is also closing out Venus retrograde, it very much has to do with our relationships and also our finances. There's some sort of clarity coming in. You maybe have been in a space of struggle or confusion or yeah, just some confusion the last few weeks. And now there's an emotional breakthrough happening. And I feel like this emotional breakthrough is happening through a decision that you are making for yourself. And this could be something that you just internally understand for yourself, some sort of decision that you make for yourself internally, and this will lead to a flow of emotional clarity as well, or a flow of, yeah, just I feel like there's some emotional flow coming from this decision, if this makes sense. So it feels almost it feels like there's an internal decision or something that you're deciding to do that brings you a lot of emotional balance again. Because I feel like in the past few weeks, there was a lot of emotional turmoil that was happening. And with this full moon, finally, I feel like, when you are having a river and there are lots of rocks, and the river is still flowing, but the rocks are kind of in the river, holding, yeah, and you have to kind of flow around the rocks. But now you're coming actually into this phase where there are no rocks anymore, and the river can just flow easily and very effortlessly. That's what I'm getting. So there's an emotional clarity happening, breakthrough happening. And it just feels more balanced again, more calm, and also emotionally fulfilling, what I see. So The cards that I pulled actually is a crossroad, and you can see the little cat is standing between those two paths. So for some of you, as I said, this could really literally have to do with a decision that you have to take, like a leap of faith, or some internal decision that is leading to this river, flow of river. Some emotional breakthrough is happening, which then leads to this here. You see the rainbow. The rainbow for me is always a sign, and the butterflies is always a sign of like, peace after some sort of turmoil. First the rain is happening, and then the sun is coming out, and from the sun there is this rainbow happening. So it's definitely like some sort of transition from a period of having a lot of inner turmoil happening to a more peaceful, calm, and also emotionally fulfilling time. That's what I'm getting here. And because this full moon is happening in Libra, and when we have a full moon in Libra, it's also like the sign of Aries is, Libra is opposite of Aries. So the sun is right now in Aries and the full moon is happening in Libra. So I feel like this has to do with some sort of authenticity, either authenticity in your connections. This could mean like that you are more authentic within your one-on-one connections, and this um, decision to be more authentic in your one-on-one connections then happens to like give you this overflow of energy, brings you like this flow of energy, this like fulfillment, in your emotional landscape, more joy as well, more fun as well. Or this could be like expressing yourself more authentically online, for example, or in your workspace. And this brings in this emotionally fulfilling feeling. So I feel like there's some sort of, yeah, again, as I said, like there's some sort of inner clarity coming in, like inner decision that leads to a flow of energy that leads to more connection, as I said, in your relationships, or that leads to authentic expression in your work. This could also have to do with your finances. So as I said, Venus retrograde is also about like financial stability. So maybe you feel more confident in expressing yourself authentically, which then leads to more abundance in your work. Um, yeah, you are feeling more secure within yourself when it comes to your gifts, maybe, which leads to which leads to this emotional fulfillment, and then this leads to like an emotional abundance, and a financial abundance as well. So there's something around emotions. Do you see all the like? I have the water. Pulled the water card from the astrology deck. I pulled the Cancer card from the astrology deck, and I pulled the eighth house from the astrology deck. And all of these placements are water. You see the blue? So there's like this emotional, yeah, there's this emotional clarity, emotional breakthrough happening, and this leads to more joy, more fulfillment. Fifth house is talking about, yeah, joy, fulfillment. Um, so there's some sort of up level as well in our connections that's going to happen from authentic expression. Um, or also, as I said, like in your financial situation, there's more abundance happening through this breakthrough, through this decision, this internal decision that you make, that you are expressing yourself more authentically. So yeah, this is just like very, very beautiful energy. What I also pulled was the king of coins in the tarot and the high priestess. And this giving is giving me like this very strong energy of like the mind is merging with your intuition. So there is this like flow of energy between your mind and your intuition, because the high priestess is very much talking about intuition, and the king of coins is a very stable king. It's a very mature energy, very logical though. And when these two cards are coming together, it feels like the heart is merging with the mind, or the heart is merging with um, your sense of logic in a way. Um, so, you know, sometimes we feel like we have to choose between the heart and the mind. We have to choose between the heart and what we feel is practical. Oh, that's what it is. What we feel is practical. But this like is a merging of both of those. So it's like what's actually coming from the heart is going to also be the most practical solution, so this is the kind of energy that I'm getting from this, and we are really coming out of this phase of inner struggle. The Five of Wands is about like fighting against ourselves, fighting against something here, feeling like we have to fight against something. With the Libra moon, yeah, completion energy, like the world is always about completing something. There's like a turmoil, a time of turmoil is completing. Also with Venus retrograde ending, this full moon is a very beautiful like close out of Venus in Aries retrograde. And then we have also Temperance, die Mäßigkeit in German, which is also she's holding, these two um, water. What is it in English? Anyways, like you know what I mean, but the water is flowing again. So I feel like there's this like flow of energy again that we can feel, and it's due to our inner understanding of what we have to do um, in order to be more authentic, as I said, in our connections or um, in the way we express ourselves to the world. Yeah, it's very beautiful energy. Mm, Let me feel into. Yeah, I got also some songs. Very interesting. Yeah, recently, I get more songs that are really like describing the kind of energy that I'm feeling. So look up the song "Try" from Pink. That's a very good one for this full moon. Look up the song. Every breath I take from the Song of the Police. That's a very good one as well. It's like every breath I take, every move I make. Da, 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 da. That's like the song. And yeah, look also for the song, for Pink's song, Try. That's a good one as well. Okay. So let me feel into if there's something else I want to say. Yeah, so with full moons, there's always like a little bit of an opposing energy. As I said before, with the full moon in Libra, it's a sign of Libra and the sign of Aries that are opposing each other. But what we have to understand is the opposition is actually here to help us balance the two. So when Aries is about the self and Libra is about the other, and we don't have to decide for one of them. Most of the time, if we are really coming from the heart, um, it's about it's a decision that is good for me and for the other. It is a win-win situation. That's what I'm getting as well. Like if you are deciding to be more authentically expressing yourself, it also is benefiting the people you are serving, or if you are, for example, in your private connection, if you are deciding to express your feelings more authentically with people, they also benefit from that. So it's never about um, if I am like deciding to be more authentic, it means that you are suffering from that. It's exactly the opposite. So it's never a decision between the other or me. It's I make the decision for myself to be more authentic, to allow myself to be more authentic, and that's also benefiting the other person. That's also benefiting the people around me because then they also get inspired to be more authentic. They also feel like more permission to be authentic. That's what I'm getting with this full moon here. So it's never a decision either against me or the other. It's always for both of us. Yeah, this was a very beautiful, beautiful reading. I hope you like this reading. As I said, check out the area of your life that is most activated with this full moon in Libra. And without further ado, I would say I wrap up this video. Please, yeah, please comment the scale, the balance of the Libra sign. You can either put the Libra sign in the comments or the scale. Um, in there so that I know that you watched it until the end. It would be really nice to see who was staying with me until the end. And yeah, also you can book one-on-one readings with me. If you are curious about your personal life, there's something you have a question about, reach out to me. I'm currently offering 1 hour sessions, 30-minute sessions. I'm also offering voice notes for specific questions. So those are more like 15 minutes, around 15 minutes. So if you have a specific question, you can definitely also let me know, and then I will see if I can answer that. And if I can, I will send you a voice message. And yeah, that's the offers I'm currently having. Um, Let me know if this resonates with you, my loves, this reading. And without further ado, I would say I wrap up this video, and I see you in my next one. Bye, loves.